Cash Daddies is for entertainment purposes only. You'd be an idiot to listen to anything these degenerates say. Invest at your own risk, do research, but seriously don't listen to these ass clowns. Now enjoy Cash Daddies.
All right, welcome to the final Cash Daddies of 2024. Guys, we did it. We made it to 2024. We made it through the whole thing. Guys, join me as always, Howie, Dewey, Johnny Woodard. What's up, boys? We're in it.
We're in it, baby. We're in it.
We're in it. How was your week, guys? How was your week?
Good week. Yeah, we got a little wild on the Patreon, jumped into some cat calls, which were 6-0 the last 2 years with. Dropped under 380. We jumped on Caterpillar. It's above 380 right now. Jumped in some Adobe. Kind of wild because we're always talking about Uber on this show, and Goldman Sachs came out Friday and made it their #1 tech pick for 2025.
We're so ahead of the game.
Goldman Sachs following Cash Daddies.
Why? Yeah, Goldman Sachs, give us our due. Respect us.
I wish it had done anything for the stock price, because I didn't get out of those calls that time and just kept waiting, and now they're worthless, unfortunately.
They need to jump tomorrow, Johnny.
Yeah,
What ones?
I just had some Uber calls that expire on the 20th.
But you didn't dollar cost average. You didn't buy any more.
No, I didn't buy any more. No, I got them late, so I just missed the exit point, unfortunately.
I mean, now's the time to buy too. Now's the time to buy.
Well, I've been loading up on Uber. $60. You kidding?
I mean, yeah, you got to load up on it because
I have nothing more than Uber in my IRA.
I mean, I was happy that Goldman Sachs came out and pumped it up like that Friday. That was solid. So I'm excited.
Well, we're excited that you're excited, buddy.
Yeah.
We're in it to win it. Our final Cash Daddies of the year. Guys, it was a good year. We had some highs, we had some lows, but overall, how you guys feeling about the year that was?
I mean, it's what, third year in a row we beat the S&P? I mean, knock on wood, we have another week and a half, but yeah. Thank Bitcoin, thank gold, thank XLF, thank Apple. I mean, these things just cranked, and not many, something like I read the other day, like only 20% of investment firms beat the S&P this year. Not many people beat the S&P.
Wow. Wow.
Look, I mean, you got the Nasdaq hitting all-time highs today, and it's on a few stocks. The actual breadth, which is the whole market, the breadth is horrible. Most stocks are down, but you have, Google, Meta, Apple, Microsoft. These stocks are just cranking. And that's why this thing's up. So it's not necessarily a good thing, but, it is what it is.
Yeah, guys, listen, if you want to get more of what Howie's doing, it's real simple. You do one thing and one thing only. You go to the exclusive Cash Daddies Patreon, patreon.com/Cash Daddies. We're almost to 1,000 members, so join us. It's a great way to get in on that game, dog. Get in on the game. Get in it to win it. It's real quick. Johnny, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Patreon and why you love it so much?
It's not that elusive. If you just type in patreon.com/cashdaddies, you will find it every time. So it's not like we're hiding it from you. Great community there, as Howie will attest. It's a bunch of, some of the best ideas come from people that, have names like Joe Biden, Buyden, or
Snorkel Puss 475.
Turd Ferguson. I'm not making them up. These are real names.
Turd Ferguson rocks.
Yeah, Turd Ferguson is a great contributor there. Yeah, and then I mean we've had a lot of fun this year. It's been a good year.
We have it, and we want to thank our good friends who sponsor this studio adjacent. That's right, the Copy My Crypto guys. Thank you. We're live from the Copy My Crypto adjacent studios. It's a big place, big day. Everyone dance. A lot of stuff going on. What do you guys want to get into so far? Bitcoin. By the way, real quick, before we get into that, I just want to say that, someone put out a tweet that said, oh, look at all these people that did these giant crypto rug pulls or stole crypto. And they said, oh, they're all Jewish. And I just want to say something, that's factually correct. I just wanted to get that out to everybody real quick. And the reason I'm saying that is because they didn't add the guy who was at Celsius, who just effed me and Johnny in our peas. Okay.
The Hawk Tua girl, is she?
Yeah. She was on Dewey. She was on Howie Mandel's show, and they did a test of her, and it came out she's Ashkenazi.
Well, I thought we decided that wasn't even a thing, the race.
Howie Dewey? Yeah.
It's funny. The race is a thing when when it's convenient, and then it's not a thing when it's convenient.
Well, Johnny, the truth is they did a test, okay? Johnny, I don't know.
Did she know, or was she surprised?
She was. I didn't see. I just saw a clip of it. I didn't watch the episode.
Are Howie Mandel is doing DNA testing now?
Yeah, I mean, and it's fine. We don't care. We love the Jews. I'm a big Jew fan.
That's just weird, right? Is he just looking for Judaism, Howie Mandel? Or
yeah, that's the number one way to get on a show. It's the number one. Be one of the chosen. That's how you get out of the show. Quickest way to get booked.
If you don't have any Jewish.
Yeah, and they test it. They find out you're not. You're like, you are gone.
That's the best Raiders hat I've ever seen. By the way, Sam.
I put what?
That's the best Raiders hat I've ever seen. That's a beautiful hat you have on.
Oh, thank you. Want to give it up for Tino Sanchez for getting Dana and I some Raider gear because he's in Vegas. Tino Sanchez. So anyways, the reason I bring that up is because I responded because the guy from Celsius, when he was arrested, he was at an airport trying to get to Israel. And if I hate saying this out loud, but he took all my crypto, and it would be worth over $1 million if he had left it there.
Did you ever get your second disbursement? Few little.
I haven't looked. I'll look now.
I thought you got it back.
No, not even close to all that.
Oh man,
I had most of mine in USDC, US dollar coin, so I got most of it back. But he had his in
everything,
which didn't really make. You weren't even getting great percentage. You weren't even getting a great rate on that. It was really the move was to put it in the. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, but
stocks, dude,
he got it paid
$1
back.
million. I'm not that rich.
He got it paid back, Howie, at like what was it, 20K or 15K or something, whatever.
Yeah,
Bitcoin
it wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot. Yeah. So that's where we are.
I didn't know that. I thought they gave it back to you. That's crazy.
No, it's like 6x less. I would say, yeah, something like that, 5 or 6x.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
And it's still 60%. There's still another 40% floating out there somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, they just screwed me in my B.
Celsius.
Yeah, I dude, and it's so crazy because he was trying to get back to Israel.
So if you had, let me ask you this: if you had all your Bitcoin on, say, Coinbase, which is a publicly traded company, you'd be fine right now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's crazy.
It's shockingly sad.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
especially for me,
it's getting more so now. You just can't trust a lot of these, most of them. I mean, unless it's publicly traded like a Coinbase, I probably wouldn't. I mean, Johnny, do you feel the same way as far as buying and selling crypto on other venues?
Well, I have a policy. I will, until I get to a certain number in my head, I'm comfortable leaving it on the exchange I buy it from, and then at that point, it's worth it for me. Because if you if you move it off the exchange every time you buy, you're getting killed with fees. And if it's, you know, if it's ETH, you're getting killed with gas fees. So I have a number in my head, and every time I hit that, I'll move it off the exchange to my wallet, which I have to hold the keys for. Yeah, I mean, I don't trust anything anymore. Not after. I mean, Celsius. I never really trusted Celsius that much at the beginning. I mean, it was just like they were too big to fail. You know what I mean? That's
I
how
was just so sad that I had so many friends who jumped off of it, and I'm not blaming anybody because, you know, it's my stuff. But man, if they would have told me, I could have tried to just jump, but man, it just sucks. It just sucks. It just sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, because I mean, Sam, you're one of the few guys I know that literally started accumulating Bitcoin when it was what, 1,000, 2,000?
Dude, we were getting paid by a sports betting company in Bitcoin. And I would just pay out everybody in cash and just keep the Bitcoin. They sold 7 Bitcoins for me.
Wow. That's
sucks.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, I'm from 2 teachers, dude. I'm a self-made man. That I'm not one of these guys that are just like selling out arenas and shit. So that's a lot of money to me.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah. I mean,
and I feel bad. If I'd have known how much money you were putting, I'd have been like, dude, don't do that.
Dude, we put, here's how much it's gone up. We put Bitcoin in the 2024 portfolio last year at around 35. A year ago at 35K. It's at 107. I mean,
yeah, dude. I looked at my average price the other day, and I've been buying all the way up. It's still like 15, which is nice. I mean, what else do you have that it's if you consider it an asset class on its own, it's the best performing asset class.
I don't know if it's ahead of Meta.
Well, I mean, as a class, not as a stock. Yeah, if you consider it a stock, if you consider an asset class, though, there's nothing that comes close.
Johnny, I mean, Howie, what do we think about XRP? Do we think it will ever go back down?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of has. It's
right now it's at 246.
Well, 2 weeks ago it was at
$2.46.
It was at $3, 2.95 2 weeks ago. Went down to what, Johnny? $2.05, $2.05, then jumped back up
in the neighborhood, right? Yeah.
I mean,
it's been up and down, kind of a little saw action.
Yeah. Like we said, there's so many of them versus say a Bitcoin. There's just a lot of them. So, what that basically does is it's harder for something like an XRP to jump like a bit just because of the market cap. There's, if it jumped as 10 points, the market cap would probably be more than Bitcoin, right, Johnny? I think so.
If it jumped 10 points, I don't know. Would it really? I don't. XRP?
Yeah, look how many coins there are.
Oh, you mean that based on how many coins there are?
I'm talking the market cap, yeah.
Let me see. Hold on. I don't. That doesn't. I love that when you see the all-time lows on these things, it's just like, oh, so there's some people out there just sitting. The crypto has made untold number of millionaires that we don't even know about. Silent millionaires, just people that happen to, stick some coin in a cold wallet 10 years ago.
I will say this: if you listen to the guy that owns or not owns, because it's a publicly traded company, but he runs MicroStrategy.
Michael Saylor.
That guy, I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
Yeah,
I mean, you just look at his.
How far do you think you could throw him?
Not that far. He's a big guy. But that guy, I mean, he's got a history of demolishing companies. He bankrupted one in the early 2000s. And that guy worries me a little bit. He came out the other day and he said everybody should sell their gold and put it all into Bitcoin because it's sort of like a hedge against inflation, which it isn't. It's not even close to that. Gold actually is. But Bitcoin, it's not a currency. It's basically its own asset. People don't even really know what it is. It hasn't been really defined specifically.
And for the XRP market cap to get to Bitcoins, you'd have to add another 0 and then multiply it by 10. So it's not quite there.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you guys? I don't want to jump off this topic, but bro, have you been seeing who Joe Biden has been giving pardons to? Me, dude.
There is you remember that we had that sponsor Kalshi? They have one that I was thinking of betting on that would he pardon Anthony Fauci? Ooh. And to me, I would say no on that, because that would be them admitting that he needs to be pardoned for something.
But don't you have to be convicted of a crime to get pardoned?
Well, no, I mean they can like.
I thought you did.
Remember Trump was gonna like pardon himself for stuff that he hadn't like been really accused of or whatever. I think that's an open question, though, right?
I don't know. That's something I don't know. I thought you had to be convicted to pardon someone. Like, you got to be in jail doing time. Like he let that lady out that embezzled millions of dollars in Ohio, or wherever the hell she was.
Okay. Yes, a president can pardon someone for crimes they have not been charged with. The Constitution gives the president the power to pardon someone before they are indicted, convicted, or sentenced for a federal offense against the United States.
I mean, none of it surprises me, because all these presidents do this shit. I mean, they there's tons of it. That's just, I don't know. I mean,
okay, here it is right here. Who will Joe Biden pardon? And then Fauci, yes pays 27, or I'm sorry, yes is 27 cents, and then no is 75 cents. So the way those markets work, right? Each at the end, when the result is available, each share is worth $1. So you'd be paying 75 cents for an event to make 25 cents per share with no, and then with
Johnny,
yes,
is that on your Poly Market?
Well, it's like Poly Market. It's Kalshi, the one that sponsored the pod a while back. And yeah, it's so if you thought he was going to pardon Fauci, you can make 75 cents on the dollar there. If you felt confident.
Sam, Johnny hits me up. He's like, I could have taken Bill Belichick at 65 cents to be the next North Carolina. And I liked it, because I'm like, he's going to take the job. And Johnny said, no, hold up a little bit. Just wait, because I got to get some information.
Whoa. That is not what happened. First of all, I told you before anybody else was even talking about it. Like
he did.
I know he did. But I was ready to jump in. It
was happening, and then I came in later and said, like, hey, if you want to bet on a sure thing, is what I was saying. I will tell you he's going to be coach before anybody. It's been publicly reported. And then
I went to 90, 95. I was like, man,
I got it at like 70 after. And then that's when I sent you guys a text. I think it went up not long after that, but I bet on it after it was a sure thing and made a quick.
Yeah. I like that thing though. Johnny sent me, you can like bet if it's going to rain the next day.
Oh, it's great, isn't it? It's just perfect for a degenerate. Yeah, it's wonderful. I mean, you can do anything. It's amazing.
It was. I mean, the stuff that they have on there, like you name it. It's
like I'm looking at Howey right now. They have Mufasa Rotten Tomatoes score. Above 70 is 39, and then above 65 is 61. So if you think that, if you know somebody who's seen that, who's a critic that you trust or something, and they're like, dude, this is hot garbage, you could make a quick killing.
Garbage.
How about the information? Like if you're familiar, you drive around like LA, Chicago, New York, you'll see signs up in front of skyscrapers, and it'll say Douglas Elliman. It's one of the biggest commercial real estate brokers in the United States. And did you see the news where, by the way, the stock's gone from 270 down to 190 in the past month, because these two brokers, big brokers, Oren and Tal Alexander, got busted for sex trafficking. These dudes,
oh yeah, did you see that?
These dudes were big as far as they were brokers.
Johnny, what was that website again?
Poly Market, right?
Well, I was talking about Kalshi. Yeah, they have
Cauchy and Poly Market, either
If you,
one.
like, if you know, if like, for instance, Sam, who will go on Joe Rogan before 2026? If you hear before anybody else, like it's got Vivek, Trump, Sam Altman, Bernie Sanders, Bill Ackman, Tulsi Gabbard, David Sachs, Jeff Bezos, a couple other people. If you heard that one of them was going on, you could pop on there and make a quick
I bet
grand.
you Tulsi Gabbard. But anyways, sorry.
That's what I thought too. Yeah. In fact, I just looked at that. It's Yes is paying 75 cents. But here's the thing. They're all pretty low action. There's not a lot of activity going on. So once you get past like 2,000, the slippage is so great that you can't really make any more by betting more. So it's, it's kind of self limiting in that way.
It's kind of fun though. I like that.
It is fun. Yeah.
But yeah, Douglas Elliman, huge commercial real estate broker, big in New York Bay. Two big brokers, Orr and Tal Alexander, busted for running hose. I mean,
yeah, can you believe that, dude?
Like they were operating it, Howie?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's I mean, these guys are in jail right now.
They don't make enough money though. Like, why would they do that?
That's the question, Johnny. What the hell?
Everybody wants hose, Johnny. There's not a guy out there that doesn't
want. They're rich.
Hose. They just want hose, dude. They all want hose.
There's one thing to have a hoe, but to be able to run hose.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
I mean, that is the thing.
You have to have good health insurance for the hose, good dental, hose like dental.
Everybody wants a hoe, dude. It's unbelievable how much.
But these two got busted. They got busted, and the stock is spiraling because of it. There's a perfect example of a big stock that used to be huge, but down to 270, now down to 190, just because maybe it's a good time to buy this thing. Maybe it'll bounce back on the the holes will go out of the spotlight for a little bit. I don't know. But what do you think of SoftBank saying they're going to now, it's $50 billion the first time Trump got elected. Now they're saying they'll give $100 billion into basically an AI investment. But if you know anything about SoftBank, it's a Japanese bank. They've had some trouble in the past.
Yes, they have.
What's their problems?
Shadiness. A lot of shadiness with that bank.
Doesn't that come with every bank though now? Is it just like a bunch of shady?
I mean, this guy's especially. What's his name? The guy that runs SoftBank. He's especially. Aggressive. Let's say.
Yeah. He's been busted for all kinds of crazy shit.
Masayoshi-san. That's his name.
Yeah.
Masayoshi-san.
Yeah, and he's like, I think he put a lot of good money after bad with Sprint, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's pretty obvious though, right, Howie? This is just bribery. Right? I mean, it's just, hey, I give you a political win, Donald Trump, and then when I need some kind of regulatory push over the top,
Yeah, when we get busted for charging 17.5% interest on 4 billion properties in South Florida, you got to help us out. Yeah, it looks shady as shit. Absolutely. Yeah. It is what it is. But
the guy whose net worth is 32 bills.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'll tell you what's wild, and I'm kicking myself. So what would you say this drone thing actually became public? Like 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
I knew it way before because of Mike Romanelli.
Well, I thought you looked it up on Broken Sim, and then you were like, "Oh, actually, it wasn't that long ago." Remember?
Was it? Is that because that's where it's supposed to be happening in Romanelli's hood, Morris Plains?
Yeah, it was before that, dude, for sure.
Are you talking about the stocks? How is that what you're getting?
Yeah, because you could have bought RCAT. What is it? Red Cat RCAT. It's a drone. It's one of the biggest drone companies out in the world. They basically do these drones for the United States military. They're out of Puerto Rico. It's a huge drone company. Stock's up 22% today. $7.29 up to $10 on the drone news. So the drone companies were what you wanted to get into in the last week or so.
Did you get in, Tenny? Did you get in, Tenny?
I didn't. Sat back and watched it just go up. It's up 22% in one day. RCAT. Look at that company. Now, if you think we're going to continue to have a drone problem, you probably want to buy it because the stock probably could go to 13, 14 bucks at 10 bucks right now. I don't know because, yeah, there's thousands of drone sightings right here in New York, New Jersey. I don't know how it is around they say it's upstate New York, Sam, up near Utica, they were getting it.
Yeah, I thought I saw one in LA last night.
Some of it's got to be hysteria, right? I mean, just people seeing, because a lot of them that you see the videos, or it's clearly like just an airplane or a helicopter, but it can't all be. It just can't all be.
Nah.
There's so many of these that are clearly drones up there, and you have the states begging the federal government for, because the feds have equipment that can easily go down there and diagnose these things and bring them down if they want to. They can just they have this like microwave tech, I think, or something like that. They can kind of aim at it and just bring them down. But they're not being cooperative, which tells me they know what's going on. They're probably doing it. And then you hear, if you really want to get out there, you hear people who say it's like related to the nukes and, they're trying to power down nuclear plants and stuff. It's like UFOs and stuff. I don't know.
There's
5,000 going on, Sam. What do you think it is?
I think what they're doing right now is setting up a possible false flag attack
from Iran.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that would give us an excuse to go in.
Yeah,
well, we would just join Israel.
I think there's also some stuff with Trump and like this belief that they don't like Trump, and I don't know, man. It's the outgoing administration, the permanent state, whatever it is, that they don't
Trump's
like
already
Trump.
threatening to go into all these Arab countries.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's like so insane to me right now. It's like we're just living in crazy times, dude.
It really is a strange time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I agree. I mean, the whole drone shit is wild because I got friends over there that are seeing this, and like nightly they're seeing these. Basically, they look like Christmas trees in the sky,
and they were clearly manufactured to a regulation because they have the lights that indicate like which way they're facing, the green and the red series of lights, and that that so they can be seen in the night sky, not to collide with other vehicles. So clearly they were manufactured by some state. I don't think there's any chance that they're UFOs. A lot of these things you see that people are like, oh look, it's an angel or something. It's just not in focus. It's a video. I mean, I've seen millions of videos that aren't in focus, and they all look like kind of psychedelic art. You know what I mean? And it's just clearly just not in focus stuff. That's what it looks like. If I take my glasses off at night, I have such a bad astigmatism that it looks like. You ever seen that Starry Night painting by Vincent van Gogh? I have a theory, and then I read that other people actually think that maybe he had astigmatism and couldn't see very well, and that's what the night sky looks like to him. Because when I take my glasses off at night, it just looks like splotches of color everywhere. That's what it is. A lot of these people are just capturing poorly focused, planes and possibly the drones, I guess. But it's I don't think it's angels.
I thought it was interesting that Palantir got added to the Nasdaq 100, which is big news. And what happened? The stock dropped.
Why?
It was factored in. I mean, we always talk about that on the show. A lot of times when you hear really good news on a stock, and if that stock's been up for the past 30, 60, 90 days, and all of a sudden there's good news on it, expect it to drop. I mean, Palantir is a stock that in the last 30 days, it's gone from 61 to 77. And they got added to the NASDAQ 100 and dropped a little bit. It's actually up right now, 74.89. And that I think that guy was just on Rogan, right?
Oh yeah, the one who was like talking about how Joe Biden wanted to basically monopolize AI, that the government was going to try to monopolize AI and just destroy anybody else who tries to basically create an AI company. Did you see that? Like, it's so crazy to me.
Well, I just don't think Biden was good for business. I mean, transactions, buying, selling companies, he just wasn't. But this guy that runs Palantir, I mean, I think if this stock drops back a little bit, 62, 63, this might be a good buy. I mean, he's a sharp guy. You may not like him, but he's a sharp dude.
Who's that?
Guys made a lot
Peter
of money.
Thiel?
No,
Is that who you're talking about?
Alex Karp? Are you talking about Alex Karp?
No, yeah, not Thiel, the other one.
The CEO is Alex Karp, right?
Alex Karp, yeah.
Karp.
He's a sharp guy. I mean, this company is doing well right now. They partnered up. Palantir partnered up with the drone company I was just telling you about, Red Cat.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean,
partnered up.
I mean,
do investigations on the drones that are in the sky.
You know, it's something I've been looking at recently because, okay, so Intel left in the dust by Nvidia and even AMD to a lesser extent. Now, they had came out with a few GPUs last year and then earlier this year that were just garbage. They were terrible. But they just came out with one that's actually quite good. It's a good value, and it's just not as dysfunctional as the other ones they have. So it may be that they can get, you know, on some at least level footing with their GPUs at the mid tier, maybe not the high end, but in the more affordable tier, which is not where you expect Intel to compete. Really, they've always been more of, well, I don't know, they've always had stuff, I guess. Anyway, yeah, so they have a GPU now that is being well reviewed by all the tech nerds, and most of the tech nerds really want a competitor for Nvidia and AMD right now because there's just not good competition. So the GPU prices are through the roof. They're so expensive. And Intel finally has a really good value GPU on the market. It just came out. So I would keep an eye on that. If they can, you know, because they're sitting on so much money that they could kind of brute force this thing, you know, just hire away enough people and eventually get on level footing with AMD and possibly Nvidia. So something to keep an eye on. I don't know if I'd buy it here, but if it comes back a little more,
I got you.
Maybe. Because it is Intel. I mean, they got so much money to burn before they evaporate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to think that they would figure this out eventually.
Yeah, I agree.
Such a lead.
How about how about this, dude? How about that? The guy being found dead?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Zoltan. Zoltan, that's right.
They ain't messing around, bro. The
guy killed himself. All these whistleblowers like to kill themselves.
We are in another assassination era. Remember, like during the 60s when they were assassinating all the leaders?
Yeah.
Now we're in another assassination era. They're just offing people.
Yeah, what company did he work for? It wasn't OpenAI. Wasn't it another company?
No, it was OpenAI.
Oh, it was OpenAI. Yeah,
it was. Wow.
Yeah.
I saw that. Jesus. You know, yeah, that's you could go deep on that one. I mean,
and his whistleblowing was more about like copyright, or it was a lot about he was saying that they infringed on copyright in developing OpenAI. Which is, I mean, you know, still whistleblowing, but he was saying
the money is.
They claim, you know, that it's all just trained on like publicly available stuff, but he suggested that was not the case. I want to talk to you about another thing too.
And then we got to jump over to the Patreon.
Yeah,
Patreon.
Elon Musk has insisted that Tesla a couple years, if you let me just get the words out.
Hold on, Johnny.
Hold on,
dude. We gotta talk about our good friends.
Well, I'll just say this really quick, and then you can do it. While you're looking for it,
Tesla. Talk about Tesla. Hit all-time high. It's almost at $500.
So a couple of years ago, and we've talked about this before. A couple of years ago, they took LiDAR out of the cars. Elon Musk said it was an unnecessarily expensive tech, and they got rid of it and instead invested in AI, which takes data from the cameras and then processes that. And he's always gotten by saying, yeah, it works better than humans behind the wheel, basically. which is not a great standard necessarily. If you're entrusting something to drive for you, you expect it to do significantly better than you, not just better than you. But they're finally getting traffic data in now, which Tesla's trying to hide. I saw a report on YouTube from some journalists. I can't remember, maybe Wall Street Journal, where they examined a lot of data that they were able to get from the government of these crashes, and the cameras just aren't up to par, dude. There are people, the cameras, like there was one guy who died. There was an overturned 18-wheeler in front of him, and it was nighttime, and the camera didn't see it until the very last minute. He's now to be fair, Tesla does tell you, like, when you're on autopilot, like, hey, dude, watch. And if you take your eyes off, it'll like beep, 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 beep. Stop doing that. It'll only let you do that 3 times now. And this guy did it apparently 16 times back then. He he must have been taking a nap or something. But I've always felt that in a Tesla, those cameras, there's no way they're seeing, because the cameras aren't great cameras in Teslas. And the data is starting to support that now. It seems like that they aren't safe. And the experts predict that this autopilot thing that doesn't have LiDAR is not long for the world. They think that it's going to be necessary to either have way more cameras or some kind of radar technology in the future if you're going to trust this stuff. So that's something to follow with Tesla. It could affect their price a little. So
I mean, that fucking stock has gone in the last 3 months. It's gone from 200 to 460.
It is very scary though. If you watch these crashes, the way these cameras work, they just don't work well.
I wouldn't trust them.
iPhone cameras. You know how crappy your iPhone gets at night? They're
Yeah.
just like those cameras, these tiny little cameras. I wouldn't trust it at all, especially not going down the freeway at night.
I'm not there yet. I mean,
If it's got radar, that's completely different. LiDAR, I think, is what they call it technically, but which all those Waymo cars have, they all have it, and most of the other cars, I think, have it. It's just Tesla, they got rid of it. They used to have it. In fact, there's some value now to getting an older Tesla because it does have those LiDAR arrays installed. Anyway, what'd you have for us, Sam?
Well, I just want to tell you about something you can trust. That's our good friends at Copy My Crypto. Guys, listen, has it pissed you off to watch crypto fly up in price over a decade and you still have done nothing about it? Makes sense. Crypto is complicated and really boring. Well, here's the good news. You don't need to know a thing about crypto to make money like so many have. The copymycrypto.com membership site shows you the exact cryptos a YouTuber James McMahon personally owns, which means you just have to copy him. It's like having a big brother who knows exactly what he's doing. You don't need to know a thing about crypto or how to invest, as you just simply copy along. So let me tell you about James. He runs the Crypto with James YouTube channel, which has over 54,000 subscribers. In the summer of 2020, he told his viewers to buy 26 cryptos. Had you put $100 into each one, went on to be worth over $120,000. Bang, bang, pow. Of the 26 cryptos, his top pick, the one he singled out, called the Phantom, went up 692 times from when he said. That one call alone has retired a number of people, including guys in their 20s and 30s. Remember, this is public knowledge. You can go to YouTube and verify for yourself. So if you'd like to join the over 2,800 members who copy James, then pause what you're doing right now and head over to copymycrypto.com/Sam. That's copymycrypto.com/Sam, SAM. Okay. You'll not only find proof of everything I've said, but our viewers get full access for just $1. Yes, you missed out on Bitcoin, but there are over 2 million other cryptos. Do you really think you've missed out on all of them? Guys, don't waste any more time. Go to the site and read it for yourself. Once again, that's copymycrypto, CRYPTO.com/Sam. It ended money worries for so many. It just may do the same for you. Thank you, James McMahon and Copy My Crypto, for sponsoring us this whole year. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Good stuff.
Man,
one quick thing on Nvidia. Look, I'm getting tons of questions. Should I buy it? Nvidia, the Nasdaq's gone up 200 points. I'm sorry, 2,000 points in the last month and a half or so. Nvidia has actually dropped. It's gone from 148 down to 132. I think it's going to go back down to 117, 118. Looks like it's going to continue down just technically. And then it's probably a hell of a buy. So I like it there, man. Looks like it's still dropping though, but we're in deep on Caterpillar right now. I think you're muted, Johnny. Are you muted? There you go.
I had to hit it like 8 times. I was hitting it a million times.
I can hear you now.
As someone who's been on Wall Street, what was the sentiment about like investing and trading this time of year? Like, how does the market typically behave around the holidays?
Lighter volume, just lighter volume, unless you get some sort of news. The Fed's probably going to cut 25 basis points this week. That's factored in. Depending on, we won't know what's going to happen with rates until we see if Trump really puts these tariffs in, how much, because the street is a little worried about inflation because that's what tariffs usually cause. But no, they're going to drop 25 basis points. You're going to see light volume from here to the end of the year, unless you get some crazy news, unless crazy drone shit. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, this is our final free show that we do with love for you guys. Any final thoughts before we go to the Patreon?
Thank you, everybody, for hanging with us this year. It's been fun. I think it's been a good year. I know Howie would agree.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to 2025, man.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think I have a good feeling I know Sam and I have talked about this. I have a really good feeling about 2025. I feel like we're going to have great success in 2025.
I think so.
Well, I'm excited. I think it's been great. I love that we decided this year to start live streaming it to places maybe that we couldn't do it before, like Twitter and Rumble. And obviously Twitter has been belly good to us. And same thing with
Rumble.
So we thank everybody. We thank everybody on YouTube and Rockfin for joining us as well. We love this show. We're going to start having more guests on, and we're just going to see if we could crank it up. John,
Yep.
Hey, did we get any comments from Howie on Juan Soto?
Hey, bye, Juan. Go to a losing organization and,
Is there any way that doesn't blow up in their face? Is there any way that contract doesn't blow up in their face?
Eventually. I mean, it's the same game the Dodgers are playing.
Yeah,
They
Dodgers are doing
to
it.
have won 5 World Series by the time they run out of money or whatever. I mean, who knows? They probably hey, I will say this. It should worry you that the richest people in the world are spending money like there's no tomorrow, because there might not be tomorrow.
Oh, interesting, Johnny. Interesting. Is Juan Soto's contract a sign of the apocalypse? Johnny went deep on that. Guys, if you want to be a cool cat, you want to bang bitches, okay? You need to go to the patreon.com. That's right. Patreon.com/Kosh.us. And that's where you're going to get the good stuff. We're 25 subscribers away from 1,000, buddies. So let's get into it. Again, this is from me, Howie, and Johnny. I can't thank you guys enough for being part of our family, the Kosh Daddies family. And we look forward to you guys being a part of this next year. And as we get bigger and bigger, we're going to start getting better guests on. We're going to start rocking and rolling, beeping and a bopping. That's what we're going to do. So, real quick, if you want to see me live, I haven't been advertising it because I just found out it was on the books. But go to January 9th. The Tinfoil Hat Comedy Show is in Spokane. Grab your tickets now. SamTripoli.com. Grab your tickets. We're going to be in Spokane. It's one of our favorite places to play. We got to start really pushing that. So get in to win it and hope to see you guys all over right now at cash.a's on Patreon. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Take care, everybody. Happy Hanukkah to everybody, too. Take care, everybody.